Seniors over 60. Stop drinking water at night. Try this natural sleep trick instead. Senior health tips. Have you ever wondered why, after 60, your nights suddenly feel longer and more restless? Many seniors wake up 2, 3, even 5 times a night, often blaming just old age. But what if I told you the real culprit might be the glass of plain water you drink right before bed? Yes, something as simple as that could be the hidden reason behind your nightly bathroom trips. Shallow sleep and that feeling of exhaustion. In the morning, recent studies show that more than 68% of adults over 60 experience disrupted sleep. And one of the least discussed triggers is evening hydration. While water is essential during the day, at night, it may actually sabotage your rest. The constant urge to urinate, the lowering of core body temperature, and even subtle shifts in kidney function with age all combine to break up what should be your deepest, most restorative sleep cycles. But here's the surprising part. Researchers and geriatric specialists now point to a natural bedtime drink that not only avoids these problems, but can help the body slip into deeper, longer sleep. And unlike prescription sleep aids, it's safe, soothing, and found in most kitchens. Imagine waking up without that 3 AM frustration, without the dragging fatigue at breakfast, and instead feeling refreshed with clear focus and steadier balance throughout the day. That's what we'll uncover in today's video. The truth about why seniors over 60 should rethink that last glass of water, and what to drink instead if you want to enjoy full, uninterrupted nights of rest. Number 5. Plain water before bed. Most seniors think of water as the ultimate healthy habit. After all, doctors remind us constantly, stay hydrated. It's good for your heart, your skin, your joints. And that's absolutely true during the day. But what almost no one talks about is how a simple glass of water at the wrong time, right before bed, can quietly ruin the quality of your sleep once you're over 60. Our bodies change with age. By the time you reach your 60s, your kidneys don't filter as efficiently as they did in your 30s. Your bladder capacity is reduced, and the muscle that helps you hold it weakens. That means even a modest 8-ounce glass of water late at night puts extra pressure on your system, forcing your bladder to send urgent wake-up calls while you should be resting. This is why so many seniors find themselves waking up at 2 a.m., then again at 4 a.m., often stumbling half asleep to the bathroom. These repeated awakenings aren't just annoyances. They break the deep stages of restorative sleep. When your sleep is fragmented, your brain doesn't cycle properly through REM and slow-wave stages, the very moments when memory gets consolidated and cells repair themselves. Over time, this contributes to poor focus, lower energy, and even mood swings. More concerning, constant nighttime trips increase the risk of falls. According to a 2021 National Sleep Foundation study, seniors who wake more than twice per night to urinate are 2.5 times more likely to experience a fall the following year compared to those with uninterrupted sleep. Falls remain one of the biggest threats to independence after 60. They can lead to fractures, hospital stays, and long-term loss of mobility. But there's another hidden danger. Once awake, many seniors struggle to fall back asleep. You might lie there for an hour, mind racing, only to finally drift off just before dawn. That creates a vicious cycle of fatigue, daytime naps, and a disrupted body clock. I recently heard from a 67-year-old woman who believed she had chronic insomnia. But when she cut out her nightly habit of drinking a tall glass of water right before bed, her bathroom visits dropped from 4 per night to just 1, and within a week, she reported sleeping 6 to 7 hours straight, something she hadn't experienced in years. The key isn't to avoid hydration. Dehydration carries its own risks, like kidney strain, constipation, and low blood pressure. The secret is timing. Water is best consumed earlier in the day, when your body uses it for digestion, circulation, and joint lubrication. In the evening, especially after 8 p.m., you need to taper off. Your kidneys and bladder simply can't keep pace at night like they once did, and pushing them harder only sabotages your sleep. Better tip: front-load your hydration. Drink the majority of your fluids between breakfast and mid-afternoon. After dinner, reduce the amount gradually. If you feel thirsty close to bedtime, take only a few small sips instead of a full glass. Some seniors even find it helpful to switch to a warm, calming herbal tea with mild sleep-promoting properties instead of water, which satisfies thirst while signaling the body it's time to rest. By shifting your fluid schedule, you're not depriving yourself of water. You're simply working with your body's natural rhythms. The result? Fewer bathroom interruptions, deeper sleep cycles, and mornings that actually feel refreshing. Number 4. Caffeinated drinks in the evening, coffee, tea, even dark chocolate. These are everyday favorites that feel harmless. But after 60, their effects on sleep are magnified in ways many seniors don't expect. The reason is simple. Caffeine metabolism slows dramatically with age. In your 20s, your liver could process caffeine in just a few hours. But by your 60s or 70s, that same cup of coffee at 3 p.m. may still be active in your bloodstream at midnight. What does that mean for your sleep? It keeps your brain from producing enough adenosine, the chemical that makes you feel drowsy, while also increasing nighttime alertness and shallow breathing. Even more concerning, caffeine doesn't just keep you awake. It changes the quality of your sleep. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that seniors who consume caffeine within 6 hours of bedtime experience up to 1 full hour less deep sleep each night. Deep sleep is critical for muscle recovery, memory, and balance control, all of which protect independence in older age. Without it, mornings feel groggy, your reflexes slow down, and your risk of accidents rises. There's also the problem of hidden caffeine. Many seniors give up coffee, but still enjoy a nightly cup of black or green tea, unaware that even mild teas contain enough caffeine to disrupt rest. Chocolate desserts, sodas, and even certain medications like pain relievers and cold tablets also contain caffeine. This can explain why some people, despite avoiding coffee, still toss and turn at night. I once heard from a retired teacher, 72, who loved her evening ritual of tea and biscuits before bed. She couldn't understand why she kept waking up restless and anxious at 1 a.m. Once she switched her evening tea to a caffeine-free herbal option, her nighttime awakenings dropped sharply, and she began waking up feeling clearer and calmer. The change didn't come from a prescription. It came from removing hidden stimulants at the wrong time. The challenge is that many older adults are more sensitive to caffeine than they realize. Because their bodies clear it slowly, what feels like a small indulgence can linger for hours, disrupting not just falling asleep but staying asleep. That's why eliminating caffeine in the second half of the day can be one of the simplest yet most powerful steps toward better rest. Better tip: if you're over 60 and struggling with poor sleep, set a personal caffeine curfew. No coffee, tea, chocolate, or caffeinated sodas after 2 p.m. Switch instead to naturally caffeine-free options like chamomile, lemon balm, or rooibos tea in the evening. These not only satisfy the desire for a warm, soothing drink, but can actively promote relaxation and deeper rest. By making this shift, you protect your sleep cycles and give your brain the uninterrupted time it needs to restore memory, balance, and energy. Number 3. Sugary drinks before bed. For many seniors, a small glass of juice or even a sweetened sleepy beverage feels like comfort before bedtime. But sugar, especially in concentrated form, is one of the worst sleep disruptors after 60. Here's why. As we age, our insulin sensitivity declines, meaning the body struggles to regulate blood sugar spikes as efficiently. A sweet drink before bed, Orange juice, soda, flavored milk, or even those energy waters marketed as healthy, causes a rapid rise in blood glucose followed by a crash in the middle of the night. This roller coaster signals the brain to release cortisol, the stress hormone, which wakes you up feeling restless, anxious, or even hungry. The effects aren't just short-term. A 2020 study published in the journal Nutrients found that seniors who consumed more than 35 grams of sugar in the evening reported 40% more frequent awakenings compared to those who limited their intake. The problem is magnified by the fact that seniors already have a reduced tolerance to glucose swings, which increases the risk not only of poor sleep, but also of long-term conditions like type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Nighttime sugar also leads to more vivid dreams and night sweats, both of which further interrupt rest. Real-life examples prove this pattern. One 69-year-old man I spoke with swore by his nightly glass of apple juice, believing it was natural and good for him. But he couldn't understand why he always woke at 3 and wide-eyed. Once he replaced his juice with an unsweetened herbal drink, his night wakings decreased, and his morning fasting blood sugar improved within just 3 weeks. That small adjustment reduced not only his nighttime disruptions but also his overall fatigue during the day. Sugar also affects your brain's neurotransmitters. When insulin spikes, it pulls tryptophan, the amino acid needed for melatonin production, away from your brain. Without sufficient melatonin, falling asleep becomes harder and staying asleep becomes nearly impossible. For seniors who already produce less melatonin naturally, adding sugar late in the evening is like working against your body's last reserves. Better tip: avoid sugary drinks for at least 3 hours before bedtime. If you crave something sweet, try a small slice of fruit earlier in the evening instead of juice or soda, which flood your system too quickly. Better still, replace evening sweetened drinks with calming alternatives like warm chamomile tea or simply water flavored with a slice of cucumber or lemon during the day. This not only stabilizes your blood sugar, but also reduces the stress hormones that sabotage deep sleep. By cutting out sugar at night, you give your body the chance to stay in long, restorative sleep cycles, helping you wake up energized rather than drained. Number 2. Alcohol before bed. Many seniors believe that a nightcap, a glass of wine, a shot of whiskey, or even a small cocktail helps them relax and fall asleep faster. And it's true. Alcohol does have a sedative effect in the short term, which is why it feels like it knocks you out. But here's the hidden danger. Alcohol may put you to sleep quickly, yet it prevents you from staying asleep and, most importantly, from reaching the deep restorative stages your body needs after 60. As we age, our livers metabolize alcohol more slowly, meaning that even one drink in the evening lingers much longer in the bloodstream than it did in our 30s or 40 south. That's why a single glass of wine at 8 p.m. can still be disrupting your sleep cycles at 2 or 3 a.m. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the phase critical for memory consolidation and emotional processing. This is one reason why seniors who drink before bed often wake up feeling foggy, forgetful, or emotionally drained. Over time, poor REM sleep has been linked to increased risk of dementia, including Alzheimer's disease. Another danger comes from the way alcohol interacts with the aging body. It relaxes the muscles of the throat, increasing the likelihood of snoring and sleep apnea. In fact, seniors who consume alcohol before bed are far more likely to experience breathing interruptions during sleep, which lowers oxygen levels and increases strain on the heart. This is especially concerning for those with high blood pressure or heart disease, both common conditions after 60. A 2019 study published in Alcoholism, Clinical and Experimental research showed that just 2 drinks before bedtime reduced deep sleep by nearly 40%, even in healthy older adults. That means your body misses out on the very repair cycles needed to strengthen muscles, maintain balance, and protect brain health. Alcohol also disrupts blood sugar balance. Though it may feel calming at first, it can cause a sharp drop in blood sugar during the night, leading to sudden awakenings, night sweats, and vivid or unsettling dreams. Seniors often misinterpret this as an overactive mind, when in fact, it's their body reacting to the chemical imbalance created by alcohol. And let's not forget safety. Alcohol is a diuretic, which means it makes you urinate more often. Combined with age-related bladder changes, this leads to extra nighttime bathroom trips, increasing the risk of stumbling or falling in the dark. Falls remain the #1 cause of accidental injuries among seniors, and alcohol before bed significantly raises those odds. I've heard countless stories of older adults who swore they only had a small glass, but still found themselves drowsy, unsteady, and vulnerable in the middle of the night. One 74-year-old retired accountant told me he relied on his evening whiskey to quiet the nerves after long days. But his wife noticed he tossed and turned every night, snored loudly, and woke drenched in sweat. After finally agreeing to cut alcohol before bed, he reported sleeping more deeply, waking less often, and even having more consistent energy throughout the day. His blood pressure readings also improved within 2 months, a benefit he never expected from simply changing his bedtime habit. Better tip: if you enjoy alcohol, limit it to earlier in the day, ideally with lunch or early dinner, and always in moderation. For a calming nighttime ritual, replace that nightcap with a warm, caffeine-free herbal drink such as chamomile, valerian root, or tart cherry juice, which naturally contains melatonin. These options relax the body without hijacking your sleep cycles. By making this shift, you not only protect your sleep quality, but also lower your risk of falls, memory decline, and heart strain. For seniors over 60, it's not about giving up comfort. It's about choosing comfort that truly restores your health. #1. The natural sleep drink seniors should choose instead of water. Now we've reached the most important point of all. If water at night, caffeine, sugar, and alcohol all sabotage your rest after 60, what should you actually drink before bed to enjoy the kind of deep, uninterrupted sleep your body craves? The answer isn't found in a pill bottle. It's a natural, soothing drink that has been used for centuries and is now supported by modern science. Warm, tart cherry juice or chamomile tea. These two options, often overlooked in favor of more familiar habits, can be true game changers for seniors struggling with sleepless nights. Let's start with tart cherry juice. Unlike water, it doesn't overload your bladder. Unlike alcohol, it doesn't fragment your sleep cycles. What makes it powerful is that tart cherries are one of the few natural foods rich in melatonin, the very hormone your brain uses to signal it's time to sleep. As we age, melatonin production declines sharply. By your 60s and 70s, your body may produce only half the melatonin it did in your youth. This is why falling asleep and staying asleep become harder. A 2018 clinical trial published in the American Journal of Therapeutics found that adults over 60 who drank just 8 ounces of tart cherry juice in the evening increased their sleep time by an average of 84 minutes per night. That's nearly an hour and a half of extra rest, without medication, without side effects. Participants also reported improved daytime alertness and less irritability. Chamomile tea works in a different but equally effective way. Chamomile contains apigenin, a natural compound that binds to receptors in your brain and promotes relaxation. It's not addictive. It doesn't cause grogginess in the morning, and it gently signals your nervous system to wind down. A 2021 meta-analysis in phytotherapy research confirmed that chamomile significantly improves sleep quality, especially in older adults. Seniors who drank chamomile tea before bed reported not just falling asleep faster, but also waking up fewer times during the night. But here's the real secret. It's not just the chemistry, it's also the ritual. Having a warm, soothing drink tells your brain and body, the day is ending. It's time to rest. For seniors who often struggle with broken routines or stress, this simple act can anchor the body's circadian rhythm, the natural sleep-wake cycle that often becomes disrupted with age. I've spoken with a 70-year-old widow who replaced her nightly habit of a full glass of water with a small cup of chamomile tea. Within 2 weeks, she reported fewer bathroom trips, deeper dreams, and a sense of calm she hadn't felt in years. It wasn't just about sleep. It was about regaining peace of mind at night. Another overlooked benefit. Both tart cherry juice and chamomile tea have anti-inflammatory effects. Inflammation contributes to joint pain, restless legs, and discomfort. That can keep seniors awake. By choosing these drinks, you're not only helping your brain rest, you're soothing your body too. And that translates to fewer midnight aches and a smoother transition into deep sleep. It's important to mention portion size. With tart cherry juice, just 4 to 8 ounces is enough. Too much, and you risk extra sugar intake. Always choose unsweetened. Varieties. With chamomile tea, 1 cup is plenty. The goal isn't to flood your system, but to gently guide your body into relaxation. Better tip. Build a bedtime ritual around one of these natural drinks. About 30 to 45 minutes before you want to sleep, prepare a small cup of warm chamomile tea or pour a half glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice. Pair it with a quiet activity, like reading, journaling, or light stretching. This routine not only harnesses the natural sleep-promoting compounds, but also teaches your brain to associate the ritual with rest. By making this your nightly habit, you'll fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling clear, steady, and energized, without the bathroom interruptions, jitters, or grogginess caused by other drinks. For seniors over 60, this simple swap is often the single most powerful step toward reclaiming restful, restorative nights. So here's the truth. Seniors over 60. It's not just how long you sleep, but how deeply. And the drinks you choose at night can make the difference between waking up groggy and unsteady, or waking up refreshed and ready for the day. Water, caffeine, sugar, and alcohol all have their place, but not right before bed. Your body has changed, and your habits need to change with it. By choosing something as simple and natural as chamomile tea or tart cherry juice, you give yourself the gift of uninterrupted rest, sharper memory, stronger balance, and calmer mornings. Remember, better sleep is not about adding more pills. It's about removing the hidden obstacles that steal your rest. Less can truly mean more. Less water at night, less sugar, less caffeine, less alcohol, and suddenly you get more energy, more focus, more independence. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you struggle with waking up multiple times a night? Have you ever tried replacing your evening water or nightcap with a natural sleep drink? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else sleep better too. And if you found this helpful, subscribe for more simple, science-backed tips designed for seniors just like you. Because after 60, every night of good sleep isn't just rest. It's a step toward living stronger, longer, and healthier.